Hey there, CJ Math students, and welcome to Homework 4.9, Simplifying and Evaluating Algebraic Expressions. It's practice homework, and there are no calculators allowed. All right, just like we did in class, is what you're going to do is take this expression. You're first going to simplify it. So, for instance, 9a and I should say plus negative 2a gives you 7a, and then 3 doesn't have a like term. And then you're going to find that expression over here. So, for instance, that was e. And then I'm going to plug in for a, in this case, that was 3. So I just have to plug in once right there, 21 plus 3. And then that means 24. On 24 I put e. Now the puzzle is actually all the way on the back side, so just go ahead and make sure that you're able to do that. So let's do one together. So let's do 2. So we have 8 plus negative 5b plus negative 1. Our like terms are 8 and negative 1. That's DSSM, different signs subtract. So that gives us a negative 5b plus a positive 7, because 8 minus 1 is 7. We add more positive. So that's a. So that means we're going to say, hey, this is a. So whatever we get when we evaluate for b, we're going to plug in an a there. So b is a negative 2, so I'm going to say a negative 5. Got to be super careful about your negatives. Parentheses, negative 2, because that's what b is equal to, plus 7. So this is same signs positive. A negative 5 times a negative 2, that's a positive 10, plus 7, that gives you 17. Please circle your answer just like I have. So that means we're going to put an a on 17 right there. All right. So let's try another one. Let's do a tougher one. Let's do one like 10. So we have 3a plus negative 1a plus negative, and then we have 7b plus negative 4b, and then 2c is all by itself, right? So 3 plus negative 1, that gives you a positive 2a, right? Because, again, DSSM, different signs subtract more. Then we have 7 plus negative 4. Again, that gives you a positive 3b. Again, DSSM, different signs subtract. Keep the sign we have more positives. And then, obviously, plus 2c. So you're looking for 2a plus 3b plus 2c. And we've got that right here. That's c. So go ahead and label that as such. And now we actually got to plug in. So go back to the top. A is 3, B is negative 2, and C is negative 6. So we have 2 parentheses plus 3 parentheses plus 2 parentheses. So again, A is negative 2. A is, got to double check here. A is 3, B is negative 2. A is 3, B is negative 2, and C was negative 6. And now we do our multiplication. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 times negative 2, that's negative 6, DSN, different signs negative, plus 2 times negative 6, that's negative 12. Again, DSN, different signs negative. Well, this right here is going to give you 0, right? So 0 plus negative 12 gives you negative 12. So on negative 12 in the puzzle, we will put the letter C. So let's go to the bottom, find negative 12, put the letter C. All right, we'll do one more difficult one. We'll do 14 together. So first you got to go through and say plus negative, 1 plus positive. Keep that the same because there was a plus sign there. Plus negative 1 plus positive. All right, now let's find all the like terms. So a negative 1a plus a negative 1a, it's a negative 2a. A positive 1b plus a negative 1b, that's 0, so those cancel out. A positive c plus a positive c, you can say 1c and 1c, that's plus 2c. And then we have just 2 all by itself, so you can say plus 2. So I put the same letters on the back here too, so you wouldn't have to keep on flipping the paper over. So obviously that matches up with R. So R goes here, and now we need to plug in. So we'll say negative 2 parentheses plus 2 parentheses plus 2, no parentheses, right? So this was negative 2a. A, as you recall, is 3. C, as you recall, is negative 6. And now let's do the math. Negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6, DSN, different signs, negative, plus, again, different signs, negative. So 2 times 6 is negative 12 plus 2. So now we have negative 6 plus negative 12. These are the same signs add keep, so that's negative 18. See, it's difficult to keep track of the rules, but if you have them in your head, you're able to do this very easily. So negative 18 plus 2, and then negative 18 plus 2 is a different sign, subtract more. So DSSM, so that's negative 16. So on negative 16, we will put the letter R, so right there. So as you can see, it gets super tricky going back and forth between the addition and subtraction integer rules and the multiplication division integer rules. But you got to be able to have those mastered and be able to go back and forth with those in your head. I will do one more with us, and it will be 12. So first I'll say 1b, and then I'll say 1c, and now I'll go through and say plus negative. So plus negative, plus negative, plus negative, plus negative. Looking for all the a's first, so 3a and negative 4a, that's a negative 1a. Different signs, subtract more. Now let's look for all the letter b's. So 1b plus a negative 9b, that's negative 8b, right? 1 plus negative 9, that's 9 minus 1. There's more negatives, that's why it's negative 8. And now look for all the c's, so negative 4c and negative 1c. Finally, in SSAK, same signs add keep, so that's negative 5c. Right, so that's what we're looking for. 1a, negative 8b, negative 5c, that's k right there. So go ahead and label this as k. And now we actually have to plug in. So negative 1 parentheses plus negative 8 parentheses plus negative 5 parentheses. Notice I'm just leaving the space for the a, the b, and the c. And so remember, as you recall, I wrote it at the bottom for you as well. A is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 2, and c is equal to negative 6. So I'll plug in a is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 2, and c is equal to negative 6. And now we got to do our multiplication rules, right? So DSN, SSP, right? Negative 1 times 3, that's DSN. So that's negative 3. Plus a negative 8 times a negative 2, that is SSP, same signs positive, that's negative 16. Oh, wait, no, I just said same signs positive, and look, I put the negative sign, my fault. It's a positive 16. And then negative 5 plus negative 6, again, same signs positive, so that's a positive 30. Okay, now I got to go back to my addition and subtraction rules. For negative 3 plus 16, that gives me a positive 13, because that's different signs subtract more. So I had more positives, so 16 minus 3 gives me a positive 13, and then 13 plus 30 will end it off. It will give me my answer of positive 43. So on number 43, I want to put a k. So on 43, all the way at the bottom here, put a k. All right, so the rest you will do, showing work just like I've shown, nice and neat, doing both steps, labeling it, and then circling your answers, and you'll call me if you have questions. That's it.